Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nate the Hoof Guy. Today, pop quiz time. That's right, you've been here a while now. You've seen a lot of situations. Time to test your knowledge. First up, this foot right here. This cow is showing no signs of lameness on this front foot, but she has a huge hole in that white line. Do we A, put a block on that other claw to give it time to dry and then work on this claw? Or do we investigate it further to see if we even need a block? The key factor when making this decision? She was displaying no signs of lameness, meaning that problem likely wasn't affecting the corium. So, likely not going to need a block. That's why we didn't put it on right away. I like to investigate the problem fully before I apply that block just so I know what I'm dealing with. In this case, no corium damage, no need for a block. This foot just needs a trim up, make sure that no debris gets packed in that hole, and it can go down. On to question number 2. You come across this cow. She's got some deep cracks on her medial claw on her back foot. Now, you clean that whole area out, remove that loose horn, and this is what you're left with. Question is this ulceration caused by a sole fracture, or is this ulceration caused by pressure from the pedal bone? This particular ulceration was caused by a sole fracture. Had it been your typical sole ulcer, you would have seen that lesion lower in the foot in that typical sole ulcer site. This particular lesion was up higher on the medial claw, more in the middle of that heel and high in that heel. Classic signs of a sole fracture. Moving on to question number 3. We've got this foot here, a right front foot that's very swollen and very tender. Upon trimming, we don't seem to see any signs of obvious trauma to the sole of the foot. Do we A, investigate these dark spots further to see if there's something hidden? B, chalk this up to an injury? Or C, do we investigate this further looking for the signs of foul? And the answer is C. Anytime we have a foot that's swollen above the hairline and really puffy with no signs of trauma to the sole, that's when we always got to take a look for foot rot. It's a common condition, and that's what we have in this case. Question 4. You've got this foot in front of you. We've got some hemorrhaging in the sole. We've got a lot of hemorrhaging in that white line. Is this caused by A, slippery, dirty floors, B, an uneven walking surface, or C, laminitis? The answer is C, laminitis. Anytime we have large areas of widespread hemorrhaging in the foot, that's often associated with laminitis. Basically what's happening is inside the foot, that pedal bone is suspended in there, is attached to the hoof capsule via the lamina. When they become inflamed, that allows that pedal bone to move more. And it's that movement that causes trauma to the tissues on the inside. This particular girl here developed a white line defect due to that, and so we had to clean that area out, trim away the loose horn here. She actually healed this on her own, so all I had to do was apply a block, take the pressure off, and allow that sole to get thick again. For question number 4, I'm going to let this trim play out, and I'll pose it at the end. Question number 4. Upon trimming this foot, we've discovered a white line defect in that lateral claw. After removing the loose horn, we realize that lesion is actually healed on its own. Do we A, put the foot down now because we've got good heel depth on the medial claw, or B, apply a block to that medial claw to give even more time for that lateral claw to regrow and for that sole to become thicker? I chose a block in this case due to the shallow depth of that lateral heel. It needs more time to regrow. And now on to question number 5 and the final question in today's pop quiz. I'm going to show you 3 15-second clips, and you're going to tell me how these animals are housed based on the appearance of those feet. Your options are a pasture environment, a tie stall environment, dry environment, or a freestall environment, a wet environment. First up, this foot here. Foot number 2. And foot number 3. All right, let's see how you did. First foot was your tie stall cow. You can tell by that dry, flaky appearance of the horn. Number 2 was your pasture cow. Very little trimming to do with a pasture cow, and you can see here lots of natural shedding, just a little rounding of the toes. And number 3, that's your freestall cow. You can tell by the nice, shiny, hydrated appearance of the horn. Wet conditions means a hydrated foot, means a nice, shiny foot. All right, guys. How did you do on your quiz today? Did you get them right? Is there more to learn? We all have more to learn. As always, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you all on the next one.